What is gonna stop this real estate market? It is on fire. I don't want to beat a dead horse. You guys know. Multiple showings, multiple offers, way over asking. I mean, it's happening everywhere. It is happening everywhere. It is just insane. So what's going on? Well, really, we've got a supply, let me put that there, and demand issue. So demand is way up here and supply is way down here. So with that, you get increased prices. So why is that happening? Well, let's talk about supply. So first of all, builders are building less than when there is less demand. Why is that? Well, first of all, material availability. They can't get lumber easily. They can't get windows easily. They can't get doors easily. So just a material availability problem. And then also there's a material pricing problem. In case you haven't heard, lumber is like 300% higher than it used to be. So it's not worth it for them. There's all these empty lots back here available. There's lots everywhere, but it's not worth it for them to sell them because they can't get the material right now. And by the time they get the material, it costs more and then they don't make as much money. It's just not worth it. What about existing home sales? I mean, you guys know about that. I know all of you want to upgrade your houses, but you have nowhere to go. There's only a few of you that have jumped ship to take advantage of it, but it's been hard. So people are sitting there right now going, dang, I've got all this equity, and they're watching and they're seeing everyone make this money, but they don't have anywhere to go. So let's talk about demand. What's going on with buyer demand? Well, interest rates are low, super low. I mean, 3% still, 3.25%. You've got pent up demand from people from the pandemic. You've got demand from people want to move away from liberal states like California, Chicago, New York. So to places like Tennessee, of course, Texas, etc. So demand is just through the roof. All right, so the question is, what's gonna change these things? What's gonna increase supply? Let's talk about that. Well, I do think that we are getting close to a tipping point where there are people sitting there saying, I don't wanna miss out on this. Screw it, list the house, let's take advantage of it. I know it. I know there's people right now that are thinking about it. You are on the edge of your seat and you're saying, we should do it. Because if you wait too long, you're gonna miss it, and then you'll be stuck in a house that you don't wanna be in ultimately forever. So I think that as prices continue to go up, people out of fear of missing out are gonna go ahead and list their houses, and we'll see more homes listed. I think that's gonna happen. What about with builders? How is that supply gonna increase? Well, we're gonna have to see lumber availability increase and lumber prices and material prices stabilize. And I think we're gonna see that over the next 6 months to a year as we get out of the pandemic and people get vaccinated and manufacturing gets back to normal. I think we'll see it catch up. So what about buyer demand? What's gonna slow that down? Well, higher interest rates, for sure. I mean, if interest rates go up, their monthly payments go up and people can afford less, and then they can't afford to pay for these homes, and then things slow down, prices come down. So the big question is, what interest rate do we need to get to slow it down right now? I think it needs to be 4.5%, 5% before we see things really slow down. So you've got that. Another thing would be if there are major changes in places like California. Say Governor Newsom leaves and there's some political changes and all the mask mandates go away. I think we'll see demand from those states decrease if things like that happen. What are the chances of that happening? I don't know. That's tough to say. So then you have external factors like gas prices, inflation in general, food prices, stuff like that, taxes. So if those things all go up and we start to see inflation, well, people's buying power is gonna go down, and that's gonna decrease demand. So it's really tough out there right now, guys. As of right now, from judging from what I saw just last weekend, demand has not slowed down. So I think we're gonna continue to see this increased demand. I think we're gonna see prices continue to rise. I don't know when we're gonna hit that tipping point. It's probably gonna be in 2022. So I know a lot of you are thinking about selling and you're not sure and you're trying to time the market. It's basically impossible, guys, but surely we're getting close, right? We gotta be. So anyways, if you have any comments, comment below. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. I just find this fascinating to talk about. It's why I got into real estate. It's just, I love talking about it. I love dealing with it. I think everyone else thinks it's fascinating, and I love that. So it's fun to be in this profession. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll talk to you next time.